Hello, everyone. Welcome to another weekly new release roundup here at P.A.M. Diamond Paintings. We had an absolutely incredible week of new releases this week. I say that mainly because we had releases from nothing but traditional artists this week. So, from artists who either draw by hand, paint, or sketch things and create things using digital processes like Procreate. So no images this week, or no artwork this week, created with the help of AI. So this is really very exciting to me, and I cannot wait to go through all of these with you. We had just about 40 new releases this week. Okay, so we started the week with the introduction or the debut collection of a new artist with us. Ashley was framed. I am such a huge fan of her artwork. Those of you who know and have watched the videos I've made for P.A.M. Know that I'm a huge fan of just nostalgia and pop culture, especially vintage pop culture. And that is the type of subjects that Ashley creates. She creates everything on her iPad using Procreate, and she sketches or hand draws everything on there and colors everything as well. And the results are just so like colorful and bold and are going to make the most amazing diamond paintings. So let's look at the first one here. Okay, the first one from Ashley Was Framed is Michael and Jason. This is a freaking cool piece of artwork. This is an 80 by 60 centimeter canvas with some ABs. Let's look at the full screen version of the artwork. Whoa. Guys, look at all of the bright neon colors. I just love the highlights that Ashley has put in their masks that they're wearing. There's a lot of dark down here towards the bottom, but the background has this really cool like neon splatter paint effect. I guess that's blood. You can see the blood dripping off the axe and the machete here. This is going to be a fantastic finished completed diamond painting. Okay, let's look at the rendering. And actually, for you color block lovers, or for those of you who like a nice mix of both color block and confetti, this is an awesome canvas for you. There's a lot of color blocking around the frame here, and then also along the bottom of Michael and Jason here. The only confetti really is going to be in the hair here and Michael, and then in that splatter paint and the blood effects in the background. Also on the collar here. So on Jason's collar. So yeah, it is so cool, and it's going to make the most striking completed diamond painting. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one is Buffy 2.0. It is an 80 by 60 centimeter canvas, so absolutely giant. It also is going to include some AB drills. Is this not the most amazing portrayal of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer you've ever seen? Just look at all the bright neon colors. So one of the things I absolutely love about Ashley's artwork are all the really bright neon colors. It's going to be so much fun to diamond paint. But yeah, here's Sarah Michelle Gellar here. It looks absolutely realistic, and all of this was created by hand on an iPad through the Procreate software. It's so impressive. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the rendering. Wow. Just look at all those bright neon colors. I'm obsessed with it, and this is definitely on my wish list. But there is also going to be a decent amount of color blocking in this one. So in the black stripes here, around the border, even in portions of her skin, a lot of the confetti will be in her hair. Also a decent amount of confetti in some of these more colorful stripes in the background here. This is another one that is also on my wish list. I'm obsessed with all of these in this debut collection from Ashley Was Framed. Okay, this one is in my shopping cart currently. This is Tron Dude at a 60 by 80 centimeters with some ABs. So where else are you going to be able to diamond paint Jeff Bridges as the dude from The Big Lebowski? And it's a mashup between obviously the Big Lebowski and Tron, two movies that Jeff Bridges starred in. I just think it's genius and it makes me smile, and I just personally love this one. Again, neon colors, one of the hallmarks of Ashley's art style. I love kind of like the 80s new wave, kind of like outrun style to this one. I mean, that's kind of the Tron throwback or nod to Tron. Also with the lettering here and the word dude. This is just fantastic. And yeah, it's in my shopping cart, and I cannot wait to work on this one when the time comes. Okay, let's look at the rendering. All right, tons of color blocking, guys, tons. So there's a frame around the main part of the piece of artwork. Lots of color blocking in the background. Most of the confetti is going to be in the sweater that the dude is wearing. Also in portions of his face. But actually a lot more color blocking than I thought there would be in this. So a very nice mix of confetti and color blocking in this one. Oh, and it's huge. It's 60 by 80 centimeters, and it's almost the size of a movie poster. And oh my goodness, it's going to look so amazing hanging on your wall. Okay, next up, this one. This is the one piece in the collection that really drew the most response from everyone, especially in our Facebook group. So this is Ripley. So Sigourney Weaver is Ripley from the Alien movies. It's another 60 by 80 centimeter canvas. This one I have already purchased. This is actually the piece of artwork that first drew me to Ashley Was Framed. I mean, where else are you going to be able to diamond paint Ellen Ripley? I mean, nowhere else but P.A.M. diamond paintings. Again, neon colors. And look at how just bold and striking her profile is here. And this is another one I believe is going to have a ton of color blocking just from all of the black that I see here. A lot of the solid colors. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rendering. Yeah, lots and lots of color blocking. Decent amount of confetti in her helmet here, and the reflection in her helmet. Her face, her hair. But again, you know, this looks like a 50-50 canvas to me. So 50% color block, 50% confetti. She's not just the most amazing, most striking heroine. She's just one of my all-time favorites, movie heroines. I love her so much. I love the Alien movies. Alien, the first one is just, it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So yeah, Ashley's collection is definitely, her debut collection is definitely chock full of amazing pop culture subjects. Okay, this next one is really clever. This is Outrun Frankenstein. So this is Frankenstein. Looks like he's wearing a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses with that kind of like 80s synthwave, new wave background or Outrun style background. So lots of neons there. Love all the purples and the blues in this one. You'll be hard pressed to find a version of Frankenstein like this anywhere else to diamond paint. Again, I can see where there's going to be a lot of color blocking. It just makes me laugh. I love it so much. Okay. All right, here we are. Here's the rendering. Lots of color blocking. As you can see in these black portions here, also in portions of Frankenstein's face, but there is actually a little more confetti than I thought there would be. Definitely in the glass, in his sunglasses, also in portions up here. You can see there is confetti where there are color transitions in the background. Also a decent amount of confetti in his face here. But yeah, the colors on this one are some of my favorites, and this is definitely on my wish list. I mean, come on, all of these are on on my own personal wish list, to be honest. Okay, and I think this is the last one in the debut collection from Ashley Was Framed. This is Batman and Catwoman. So this is the Michelle Pfeiffer version of Catwoman and the Michael Keaton version of Batman from, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I can't remember the name. Is it Batman Returns? Oh my gosh. It's a Tim Burton movie. It's the sequel to his Batman movie. I mean, it was kind of like the superhero movie that just brought a comic kind of like the second wave of comic book movies back into popularity. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the original artwork here. This is also a 60 by 80 centimeter canvas, so every single diamond painting kit from the Ashley Was Framed collection are all 60 by 80, I've noticed. Okay, they're awesome. Oh my gosh. Again, neon colors. And this one is definitely going to have lots of color blocking. I can already tell just from the large sections of black in both of their costumes that they're wearing. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Yeah, definitely a 50-50 canvas. Huge portions of color blocking, but there's a lot of confetti where the details are needed. So in the stitching on her costume, in the highlighted portions of his costume as well. Also in the Gotham City landscape in the background, and a decent amount of confetti where there are color transitions in the background and the stars in the sky. Very, very cool. Love this one a lot. They are all on my wish list. Okay, next up we have a collection of dark fantasy mermaids by Rebecca Sinz of Elvenstar Art. She has been working with us for a couple of months now. Her artwork is absolutely stunning. She uses watercolors and acrylics to create her artwork, but I believe watercolor is her main medium. This one is a light in the dark. It is a 50 by 75 centimeter canvas with some ABs. I mean, come on, guys. She is absolutely beautiful. Look at that hair, long hair floating in the water around her. It looks like she's crying tears of blood. Love the dark muted colors in this one. A couple starfish down here. Looks like she's reaching up towards the light that is filtering down from through the water. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So much confetti, though. I have noticed that a lot of Rebecca's artwork, it is the rendering on a lot of her artwork is quite confetti heavy. I think that is mainly because of the medium that she uses, which is watercolors, and watercolors have a lot of color variations in the use of that medium. So in the ocean here, I mean, it's tons and tons of just different colors, and you have to have the confetti there to convey all the different color transitions. I mean, it's definitely a more advanced canvas, I will say, but the end result is going to be absolutely amazing. And if you section things off, which is what I do because I find it overwhelming not otherwise, I just section everything off into kind of like a 5 by 5 inch, and just concentrate on one section at a time. And if you work on confetti canvases like that, it just makes it a little less overwhelming. So yeah, this is beautiful. I just love the how her tail was rendered here. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the next mermaid. Here's another dark mermaid. Excuse me. Okay, this is from the dark depths. Love this one. 50 by 75 centimeters again. So you know already by looking at this beautiful watercolor background, there's going to be confetti there. Oh, she's so cool. This is definitely one of the most sinister looking mermaids I've ever seen. She's absolutely beautiful. Love the muted colors in this one as well. Okay. Oh my goodness, I absolutely adore this. Yeah, as I predicted. Woo, that sky. Oh my goodness. Definitely a confetti challenge, this one, guys. A little bit of color blocking in her tail here and in portions of her hair. But that sand and the sky and the water, oh yeah. Definitely a confetti challenge, but as you know, it is always worth the time and the effort because you will have a completed diamond painting that looks very, very close to the original piece of artwork. Okay, next. This one is called Glow, also 50 by 75 centimeters. I believe these all are that size. Okay, we have a mermaid here, again, sitting on a large rock, surrounded by lily pads and flowers that, yeah, they look like they are literally glowing. And this actually looks like a piece of digitally rendered artwork by Rebecca. Definitely, it's pretty sure she created this through Procreate. But again, I mean, there is no doubt she created this by hand. This is it's her signature style. I mean, that looks like one of her creations. Um, so yeah, let's see what the rendering looks like on this one. I just love this. I love this top that she's wearing. It looks like she's wearing a net that she salvaged, like a fisherman's net that she salvaged and found in the ocean. Beautiful long red hair. Look at those striking green eyes. Gorgeous. Okay, here's the rendering. Okay, so little pockets of color blocking in between the trees here in these darker shadowed areas. Um, Lots of single placing as far as where these green highlights are in the trees that were behind her. Let's see, decent amount of color blocking in her hair and on the rock here that she's sitting on. When you get to her tail and her fin, though, lots and lots of color block. I mean, sorry, confetti. Lots of confetti in her face as well. Also in these lily pads at the bottom. Yeah, I'd be curious to see where the ABs go in this. I'm hoping that the ABs would have been charted maybe in these flowers down here. That would be really, really cool. Okay. Moving on to mermaid number 4. Okay, the colors in this one are absolutely stunning. This is Sunset, 50 by 75 centimeters. Yeah, I love that this mermaid has blue hair, and there are shades of pink in the background. In the sky, looks like a sunset, of course. Yeah, the colors in this are lovely. Love that she has webbed hands. That's something you don't see very often in mermaids. It's another piece of netting here, it looks like, that she must have salvaged from the ocean. She looks very pensive. Okay, let's check out the rendering. Oh, I love it so much. This one is definitely going on my wish list. That sunset sky is absolutely beautiful. Lots of color transitions though, so definitely confetti heavy. A little bit of color blocking in the palm trees in the background. Her hair. Oh, I love how it fades from the blue to the pink. The colors in this one are absolutely just beautiful, and this will be so much fun to work on. Definitely more confetti than color blocking though. Little bit of relief from confetti in some sections, but um, it's definitely going to be a confetti challenge, and but those colors are going to make it so much fun to work on. It will be such a joy to work on this one. Okay. Okay, this one is Sea Rose. Let's look at the full size. This is also a 50 by 75 centimeter. Okay, wow. Just look at her gorgeous red hair. Just absolutely love the colors in this mermaid's tail. So her hair matches her tail. And it also matches this rose that is mysteriously growing, growing in the ocean, which I don't think is possible in real life. I mean, well, mermaids aren't really possible in real life, but I mean that's the point. This is a beautiful piece of fantasy artwork. So anything that the artist wants to happen, they can make happen. It's a beautiful piece of watercolor artwork. Just look at all these paint splatters here in the ocean. Okay, again, definitely, definitely a lot of confetti rendered in this one, but it has to be. I mean, it's watercolor artwork. I would say the most color blocking you'll have are in portions of her skin. But other than that, this is definitely a very confetti heavy canvas, and that completed artwork will be stunning because of it. Okay, and this is the final mermaid in this collection of Fantasy Mermaids by Rebecca Sinz of Elvenstar Art, 50 by 75 centimeters. Love the darker colors in this one. So we had a mermaid who was sitting on the beach during sunset, and now we have a mermaid who is sitting on the beach at night and gazing at the stars. Look at this beautiful, huge full moon in the background. Again, we have more palm trees here. Um, Love that she has some tattoos here. A lot of Rebecca's mermaids have very similar markings on them. Love her beautiful white hair. Kind of fades into blue towards the ends. All right, I'm so excited to see the rendering on this one. Oh yeah. Guys, how am I ever going to find all of the time I need to work on these? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a very confetti heavy sky here. A little bit of color blocking in that moon. Color blocking in those palm trees in the background, actually in some portions of this ocean here. But again, as with the sky, the sand has lots of color transitions, so lots of confetti. There is some color blocking in her tail and in what she's wearing here. Her skin and her hair, definitely confetti challenge. I think this is probably my favorite of the six. I just absolutely love this one. Love all the beautiful hues of blue in this particular one, and I'm actually a big fan of gray as well. So lots of gray as well in this one. So yeah, if any of you like these mermaids, let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. I would love to know. Okay, next up we have an absolutely delightful collection of new releases by Mrs. Peggotty Arts. These are just a total dream for all of you who love color blocking in your diamond paintings. Um, but at the same time, I also love the way that these are rendered because although there are large sections of color blocking, there are color variations in some of the color transitions. And it I'm just somebody who doesn't, I don't love like really heavily color blocked pieces of artwork. But I did work on Cheshire by Mrs. Peggotty a couple months ago, and although it did have a lot of color blocking, it was had a lot of color variations in it that made it a little more interesting. Okay, so this is Angela Lansbury. So as Jessica Fletcher from Murder She Wrote, obviously, she is absolutely amazing. There is no doubt that that is Angela Lansbury. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So definitely, I mean, it is a majority color block canvas, but there are some sections of confetti to bring out some of the different details in the color, in transitions between the different colors. And as with most of Mrs. Peggotty's designs, there's a very elaborate design surrounding the character. And just the colors are so pretty in this one. Okay, and I think I forgot to mention this is 50 by 75 centimeters, and they probably all are the same as far as the dimensions goes. Okay, this is Audrey. So Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah, she looks so cool. She has her 1960s beehive hairdo. Here's her tiara. Her eyes are absolutely beautiful. She has one of those fancy cigarette holders. Her cat is here just chilling, hanging out on her shoulder. Here she is wearing her pearls. Another amazingly elaborate frame surrounding this character. Yeah, again, I mean, just color block galore. I just love how just bold and like um I don't know what I'm trying to say. I want to say graphic, but like graphic's not the right word for it, I don't think. I just love the bold colors and style, I guess. There you go. The bold colors and style of Mrs. Peggotty's artwork. Okay. This one's definitely on my wish list. Okay, let's see what else we have here. All right. This one is so cool. So this is H.P. Lovecraft. Um, I don't think you'll be able to find anywhere else where you can diamond paint a portrait of H.P. Lovecraft. So very famous science fiction and horror writer. Here he is surrounded by yet another incredible detailed frame. He is also surrounded by the tentacles of one of his most famous creations, Cthulhu. He looks so serious and intense. Yeah, I adore this one. Just the frame alone makes me want to diamond paint this. Okay, let's look at the rendering next. Yeah, it looks so good, guys. Just another perfect mix of majority color blocking with a little bit of confetti thrown in for detail. I need more time, guys. I need more hours. Give me more hours. Okay, and here is another Breakfast at Tiffany's companion piece. So this would look amazing paired with the Audrey artwork that I showed you not long ago. So this one is called Tiffany. So it is a kitty version of Tiffany from Breakfast at Tiffany. I'm sorry, Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's. 50 by 75 centimeters. Love the colors in this one. Love the teal. mixed with the pinks and the dark rose colors here. This cat is adorable. So it's Holly Golightly in cat form. And this cat has cat eye makeup. That just cracks me up. Here she's wearing a very elaborate piece of jewelry around her neck. She has one of those fancy cigarette holders, and she has these long black gloves. She's wearing a little black dress. I absolutely adore this. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Awesome. Yeah, the colors in this one are just so pleasing to the eye. I love it. Lots of greens, teals, purples, reds, and pinks. The cat is absolutely adorable. Oh, Mrs. Peggotty's artwork always makes me smile. I love it so much. Okay, and I think this is the final one from our latest collaboration with Mrs. Peggotty Arts. This is the caterpillar. So this is the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. But to me, it actually looks like Sigmund Freud as a caterpillar. What do you guys think? Am I right about that? It looks like Sigmund Freud, which I think is awesome if that's the case. But yeah, we have several other pieces of Alice in Wonderland artwork from Mrs. Peggotty. So um, this would be amazing to purchase to go with the rest of those if you already have those. Again, this amazingly ornate frame. I mean, I don't want to say it steals from the main character, like the focus of the main character, but man, is that cool. Lots and lots of color blocking. Love the colors in the caterpillar himself. Lots of blues, reds, bit of yellow here, smoking his hookah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Guys, the colors in this one are fantastic. I love the colors in all of her artwork, though. That was the one thing about Cheshire that really blew me away, were just how bright and vivid the colors were. Yep, looks so good. A little bit of confetti, I see, especially in his hands here. Color transitions. Um, but again, this one will move quite quickly for you, just due to the very large sections of color blocking. Fantastic. Okay. All right, we had another small mini release from Michael Banks of Sugar Fueled Art this week. So, more adorable kittens with big eyes and I like to say even bigger personalities. So, these kittens are just they have the most personality. Okay, so the first one we have here is Bastet, 60 by 80 centimeters, so rather large. Okay, here's the original artwork. Michael works with oil paints and just creates some of the most detailed kittens. Obviously, an Egyptian theme here. Bastet was an Egyptian god, I believe. We've all read about how Egyptians worshipped cats, held them in very high regard. Just love this cat's beautiful golden eyes, golden earrings here, just gold everywhere. Befitting for a very regal cat such as this one. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Wow. Oh, you guys know me. I'm all for confetti. But man, this looks so good. It looks so much like the original artwork. I'm so blown away by this. I have yet to purchase a one of these by Sugar Fueled, and I'm beginning to lean towards this one. I love this one. I also loved the Welcome Home, the Welcome Home kitten from the first collection, where the kitten was sitting outside and was very happy to see that a UFO was landing. So that's one of my favorites, but this one I think is a very close second. And I just love all the details that have been captured with the confetti here. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some relief from confetti, a little bit of color blocking here in portions of the sky, also in small portions of the of Bastet's fur. But 100% a confetti challenge, to be sure. Okay, this one is Gertrude. Love this kitty's name. It's a 60 by 80 centimeter canvas, so again, very large. So obviously this kitten is hanging out at school, surrounded by recognizable school supplies. Here's the apple, crayon, a pencil, books. Looks like this kitty's very smart. Received an A+ on this on this assignment. And there's also a ruler. Look at these adorable blue eyes. All the details that Michael is able to capture with his paints, especially just all of these really delicate wisps of fur um, on all of his cats. It's impressive. Holy moly, and talk about fur and details, guys. Wow. This kitten is confetti crazy for sure. But on the plus side, there's a lot of color blocking on the bottom here. I would say almost the half, most of the half part of this background is black color blocking. Everything else, though, again, similar to watercolors, oil paints, you have a lot of color transitions and details that you have to capture with confetti. There's no other way to do it. It's awesome. Love it so much. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I love the pop art nature of this one. This one is Love, 60 by 80 centimeters. So we have a really cute kitty here, gorgeous, precious big green eyes. Um, and in the background is the word love. Over and over again, the word love. Okay, let's get the rendering. Oh, this looks so good. So there is going to be some color blocking in the word love here in the black and the red portions. Um, Decent amount of color blocking in the background, although there is, definitely some single placing and confetti where there are color transitions. Um, the kitten itself, definitely color confetti in the hair. Got to capture those details, but a decent amount of color blocking actually in this little guy. Yeah, awesome. Very, very reminiscent of 1960s pop art. Okay, this one received a lot of attention on Instagram. We received a lot of positive comments and feedback about this one. So this is Sugar. The colors in this one are stunning. This is a 60 by 80 centimeter canvas. Yeah, love the pink in the background. And then we have a white kitty here. Just this kitten's beautiful violet purple eyes are just, yeah, that's the standout on this piece of artwork, to be sure. But yeah, love how the kitten is white, but also has little sections of pink here around its muzzle and in its nose, obviously. Also in portions of its ear. Okay, let's check out the rendering on this one. Oh, how cool does she look? Oh my gosh. All right, I know you'd think that background would be solid pink, but it's not. There is a decent amount of confetti thrown into the pink background. I don't know if you noticed in the original piece of artwork, but there are brush strokes that you can actually see here in the original artwork. So I believe that's what that confetti is capturing. Is that are the yep, brush strokes? You can definitely see them. Okay, of course the kitten himself. It's the kitten herself. Wow, that's a lot of confetti. But I mean, it has to be there. Just with fur. If you want details, you don't want there to be solid blocks of color in fur. You want there to be confetti so that you can see all the details. Oh, the eyes are just beautifully rendered. Definitely a confetti challenge though, but it's totally going to be worth it in the long run. Just love the colors on this one. This next one is so cute. This one is called There's a Monster in My Closet. Okay, so we have a dark moon back here with the silhouette of trees. So this kitty is sitting in a forest, it looks like. He's a black kitty, gorgeous neon green eyes. It's actually a tuxedo cat, I believe. Is that what these are called? I'm not really sure. But I see a little tuft of white fur and I'm thinking it's a tuxedo cat. Okay. And there is just out in the middle of nowhere, just a piece of 4-layer chocolate cake. I'm intrigued by this one. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Somehow I feel it's going to be a confetti challenge. What do you guys think? Let's take a look. Definitely, even in the moon, there's a there's a lot of confetti, and I'm actually surprised that the trees aren't more. There isn't more color blocking in those trees. So yeah, this may be the most confetti heavy one of the Michael Banks releases this week. Yeah, I'm looking for color blocking. I'm not really seeing much of it, guys. Little bit in this kitty's fur, small sections. This is fantastic, though. The rendering, the rendering of P.A.M. diamond paintings is just incredible. Confetti heavy to be sure, and definitely a more of an advanced canvas, but if you're going to spend the money, excuse me, on a diamond painting. Sorry, I just had to take a sip of water. Um, if you're going to spend the money on it, I mean, why not take your time? Why not get your money's worth? I don't know. That's just kind of how I look at it. Maybe I'm a weirdo like that, but yeah. Why purchase a diamond painting if you're just going to fly through it as fast as possible just to move on to the next? Purely my opinion. Okay. All right. So that was all of the new. Those were all the new releases from Michael Banks' Sugar-Filled Art this week. Now, are you ready for absolute genius? All of these artists are geniuses in their own way, but in my opinion, Zach Dunn of A Beautiful Nightmare is next level. He blows me away, guys. His artwork is just, yeah, so detailed and just beautifully painted. Zach Dunn also uses oil paints in the creation of his artwork. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like, let me go back actually. Okay, so this is Realm of the Fae. Sorry, I did not give you the title. 60 by 75 centimeters. So it's almost like a werewolf that, I don't know, nature is slowly taking over. So it actually looks like he's covered more in moss than he is actual fur. There's some fur there to be sure, but there's actually like mushrooms growing on him, flowers, grass. Look at the reflection in his eyes, guys. I I mean, I love this giant full moon in the background. I'm always a huge fan of how Zach Dunn paints flora. So just beautiful flowers and grasses, and love these mushrooms. It's like there are fireflies actually flying around here in the background. Yeah, let's look at the rendering on this one. It just takes your breath away, guys. I mean, it takes my breath away. So, obviously, with all of the flowers and grasses down here, lots of confetti in this bottom portion. But the actual creature itself, some sections of color blocking here for a little bit of relief from that confetti. But again, there is confetti here, especially along the top portion. Some color blocking in the trees. Lots of confetti in these beautiful pink flowers. And then also some color blocking in the background here with confetti in the color transitions. That moon, though, definitely confetti challenge. Totally worth it, though, guys. You will have an absolute masterpiece on your hands when you're finished with that diamond painting. Okay, next up. So these are all kind of a similar theme. I think you'll notice that. I keep forgetting to give you the names. Okay, this is Return of the Old Gods. Very dark, pagan themed piece of artwork. I just love all the bright greens in this one. So it looks like this god is wearing a skeleton on its head, some sort of animal. Again, as in the previous creature, we have moss and different types of greenery hanging down. Looks like it's growing on the antlers here. It looks like they're actual trees growing out of this creature. So amazing. And the colors are just absolutely stunning. Again, we have another full moon here, but in the background, very far away. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Whoa. I mean, it is breathtaking, guys. I'm like, you can't see me right now. I'm just like shaking my head in amazement. How lucky are we at P.A.M. Diamond Paintings to have Zach Dunn as a licensed artist? I mean, I need to see more people out there working on Zach Dunn diamond paintings. It just has to be. It has to be a thing. It has to happen. So yeah, that is one of my greatest wishes is that more people would work on diamond paintings from Zach Dunn. Okay, so let's look here. Obviously, this is a confetti crazy piece of artwork, but it has to be. There's just no other way around it. There's a little bit of color blocking here in the darker sections on the trees. A little bit of line blocking in the background with those trees in the silhouette. But yeah, lots of confetti, guys. Incredible piece of artwork. Okay, moving on. This one's, I can't stop saying how brilliant these are. This is the Forest Harpy, 60 by 75 centimeters. Guys, look at all these incredible brush strokes here. Again, another forest creature. She is actually part of the forest. She has flowers and vines and greenery, just part of her, growing from her. Wow. His artwork's something else, guys. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Okay, so this one is one of the least confetti heavy pieces. Now, don't get me wrong, in the harpy's face, definitely in this hair, all the flowers, the vines that are emanating from her, lots of confetti. But in this section of the wings, also in the folds here, lots of color blocking, and also in portions of the lower part of her body where it's mostly in shadow. Um, so yeah, definitely. If you're a little intimidated by the others, this might be a good one to start with. It's not quite as much confetti, but I mean, the confetti is there. It's still probably a 70-30 mix, so 70% confetti, 30% color blocking, but still, at least it's not all confetti. Oh, find me time, guys. Help me here. I need to work on all of these. Okay, and the final release in this latest collection from Zach Dunn of A Beautiful Nightmare is the Wendigo. It is offered in two sizes. So if you look down here, we have it in 60 by 75 round or square, 70 by 90 centimeter round or square. And let me just show you really quickly. If you click on round, you have an option for acrylic drills only, no resin. But if you click on square, you can choose either acrylic or resin. Okay, let's take a look at this artwork. Whoops, that's the rendering. Whoa, greens galore, and I'm in love with that. I wonder if this is the same character as the one that we looked at previously that had that skull with the antlers. Looks very similar. Return of the Old Gods, I think, is what that one was called. So I wonder if that was the Wendigo or Wendigo. But yeah, here he is crouched down, staring right at us. There are lots of really pretty moths surrounding him. There's a moon here in the background. I love how it's shining through the foliage and the trees, and it's causing everything to glow. See all the highlights here on the Wendigo's back. Also, you can see the reflection of the moon here and some of the flowers and foliage at the bottom. Oh, and again, just beautifully rendered or painted flora here at the bottom. Would it not be amazing to buy all four of these and diamond paint them? I mean, they are big canvases. It would take up a lot of space on a wall, but I think it would be fun just to diamond paint all of them, just to have them. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Yeah, again, another confetti challenge from Zach Dunn. I would expect no less from his artwork, though. The details have to be there because his original artwork is so detailed. Okay, but you know, a decent amount of color blocking. So in some shadows here on the trees, you can see here, here where parts of the Wendigo is in shadow. But yeah, all along this bottom section and up the sides. Also the Wendigo himself. Lots of confetti, guys. In love with all those greens, shades of green though. I can't decide which of these four is my favorite, to be honest. They're all absolutely stellar pieces of original artwork. Okay, now for a complete change of pace, we're moving on to the artwork of Nat Ewart of Nat Ewart Art. Her artwork, guys, kind of like with Mrs. Peggotty, it just makes me smile. Her renderings of ferrets and cats, they all have so much personality, and they just make me smile every single time. So this first one we have is called Roller Coaster Ferrets. It's a 70 by 50 centimeter canvas. Guys, look at this. I mean, I love how each ferret has their own personality. I mean, this albino ferret here is like into it. I mean, this dude is having the time of his life on this roller coaster. Now, this ferret looks a little more apprehensive. Looks a little terror. Look at the terror in his eyes. But this guy back here, he's letting loose. He's letting the wind, flow through his hair. Look at his tongue. So Nat Ewart's main medium that she works with are colored pencils. And you can actually see that here. Her work with colored pencils is absolutely stunning and impressive. And I cannot wait to see the rendering on this. This one is in my shopping cart. I must add this to my stash as soon as possible. It looks amazing. Okay, so the fur on the albino ferret, lots of color blocking actually. But in these guys, yeah, you gotta have that confetti for all the different variations of color in their fur. And I love how they're riding on an old-fashioned wooden roller coaster. So the roller coaster itself here, you can see there are decent sections of color blocking in the black parts. And back here as well. Oh my goodness, roller coaster ferrets, guys. Where else are you going to find artwork like this in diamond paint? All right, next up. Okay, we have another one of Nat's absolutely stunning ferrets. This is Grecian ferret. It's a 50 by 70 centimeter canvas. Oh, just love it so much. It's wearing a crown of flowers. Really pretty trees in the background, beautiful blue sky with clouds. It's like a classical portrait. So we have a ferret wearing a flowing Grecian tunic and has this Grecian style jug or chalice of water with water flowing out. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Okay, so there is a solid border of color around the actual piece of artwork. So that'll give you a little bit of confetti. Man, this looks so incredible. I'll say it. I've said it many times before. I'll say it again. The renderings at P.A.M. Diamond Paintings, in my opinion, are second to none. I think they just capture the original artwork so well. I don't see a lot of color blocking in this one though. Really just in that frame surrounding the main subject. Yeah, this is definitely on my wish list. It's fantastic. Love the colors too. Lots of muted colors, but um, they're so pleasing to the eye. I don't know what it is about it. I'm not too well versed on color theory, but something about this is very pleasing to my eyes, at least. I think it might be the orange and the blue. They're complementary colors. Okay, let's see what we have next from Nat. Oh, so we have another Egyptian themed cat this week. So we had one from Michael Banks of Sugar Fuel Bastet, and now we have Queen Nefertiti cat by Nat Ewart. It's a 60 by 75 centimeter canvas. Wow, it blows me away that she mainly uses colored pencils in her artwork. Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever colored anything with colored pencils, but I've dabbled in a little bit of adult coloring, and colored pencils they're very time consuming to work with. There's lots of layering involved. And I admire anyone who can create something like this with colored pencils. Just the details are insane. This is obviously a Maine Coon cat. It looks like to me. It's so fluffy and furry. Maine Coons are one of Nat Ewert's favorite subjects. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the rendering. Wow. I mean, my jaw just dropped. I mean, it's incredible. And I'm beginning to think now, looking at this, as with watercolors and oil paints, with colored pencil, you do need the confetti to capture those details. Some color blocking over here in this, what looks like a chalice with fire in it. But I mean, Queen Nefertiti cat herself is just covered with confetti. Man. I have a sneak peek for you guys coming up really soon of a piece of artwork by Nat. Trust me, the canvases are stunning. The rendering of her artwork is absolutely incredible in person. We're just looking at it on the screen here, but in person, it'll absolutely blow you away. Okay, next up, we have something a little change of pace for Nat. We have a raven, and this one's called Raven Treasure. It is 50 by 70 centimeters. A very muted, not muted, but limited color palette on this one. Lots of white, so you know that's going to be a lot of color blocking. Lots of solid black as well. I believe, looking at this, it looks like Nat did not use colored pencils. It looks like she used ink, possibly watercolor. So she's a very talented artist who works with different mediums. I think colored pencils is her main medium, but she also dabbles in others, and this raven is so cool. So ravens are known for collecting things. So this raven has a treasure trove here. Looks like she's collected a necklace with one of those. I forget the name. It's not a cameo. Not really sure. It's like a photograph. Um, and let's see what else is down here. We have a half a half a stick of peppermint gum, a button, looks like a screw. Looks like maybe a marble, a coin, a paper clip. Not sure what this is here. Looks like a ring. Oh yeah, there's a gem. So there's a ring, and then an eyeball. Looks like it could be a glass eye. Yeah, I really, really love this one. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Oh my goodness. Okay, so color block lovers, this might be a good entry point for you for a piece of artwork by Nat. Lots of color blocking in the white sections, and also tons of black color blocking. Where you're going to find the confetti, of course, is in that raven, and also down here and all of the treasures that the raven has collected. And I just noticed right now, this is the nest. This is the raven's nest. I didn't see that in the original. It's like yeah. So here's its nest, and these are all the treasures in the raven's nest. I'm obsessed with this one. Yeah, this is a must-have for me. Okay, again, another different subject for Nat. This is a rabbit. So this one is called Rabbit and Ball, 50 by 75 centimeters. Again, looks like another piece of colored penciled artwork. What a cute rabbit. Oh my goodness. Love this really ornate ball that it's holding. It's like it has jewels on it. Such a sweet piece of artwork. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Wow, a lot more color blocking than I thought there would be in this one. So the silhouette of those trees, that's all color blocking. Decent amount of confetti in the sky in the background though. And then of course in the rabbit itself. You have to have that confetti for the fur. Love the colors in this ball. I mean, let's be real. I want to work on all of these. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to point out there is a white. See how there's a frame around the artwork? That white frame is also in the diamond painting itself. Love it. Okay, and I think this is the last one from our latest collection with Nat. This is Superhero Ferret, 60 by 60 centimeters. Oh my goodness, what? It's genius. Okay, so again, this is another piece of artwork. Looks like she's used colored pencils, and it looks like she colored it on a tan tone paper. I think the last piece of artwork we looked at from her that was colored on a tan tone paper, this was a lot of confetti because as you can see, there's a lot of looks like speckles or textures in that paper. Um, this is such a charming piece of artwork, guys. Love how this ferret has on these cuffs. There's an F for ferret, of course. Love the mask, the cape tied around its neck in a bow. It's incredible. Okay, let's look at the rendering. I'm so excited. Wow, tan tone paper, guys. Yeah, that's a recipe for confetti. Oh my gosh, though, the ferret looks amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just get so excited over the renderings because they all just look so good and they do justice to the original artwork. Obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. In my shopping cart for sure. Okay. All right. We have our last few of the week. These are by Valentina Ghirardi of Fantasy Illustrations. Um, he is one of my all-time favorite artists. I think I own more diamond paintings from Valentina than anyone else. So this one is a little bit of a change of pace. Instead of it being a portrait, this is actually a black cat. So this is a 50 by 70 centimeter canvas. Let's take a look at the original. So Valentina is also another artist who works with inks and watercolors, and you can see that here. So this black cat is sitting in front of a very ornate Gothic window. Um, Obviously, it's a stone or a brick wall. Love, love, love that this cat is sitting in front of a bubbling cauldron here. There's something in there, bright green, neon green. Maybe it's a potion or a poison. Love the reflection of that green on the cat's fur. Beautiful piece of artwork by Valentina. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Okay, I'm really surprised, but there's a lot of color blocking in that cat. It looks like where there is confetti is where this glowing, bubbling cauldron is kind of highlighting its fur. But yeah, that'll be nice and relaxing when you get to that section of the cat. Lots of confetti on the floor, though, in the bricks or stone, and also in that Gothic window. Yeah, probably another one I'll have to add to my collection. I like seeing different subjects like this from Valentina. Okay, moving on to the next release. Oh, this is another one of my favorites from this week. I just love Valentina's witches. I'm obsessed. So this one is Witchcraft, 50 by 75 centimeters. Looks like there's going to be a lot of color blocking in this one. So let's take a look at the original artwork. So we have a nice white, solid white background. Of course, this witch is wearing a black witch's hat. I mean, her face is stunning. Look at those eyes. Oh, Valentina's the faces she creates for, or he creates for the characters are just like absolutely breathtaking. Okay, love that this witch has black nail polish. Obviously, she is holding a book of spells. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. Oh my gosh, I need this one so badly. It's just that face draws me in. But those of you who love color blocking, I mean, this may be maybe something for you. There's a lot of white color blocking in the backgrounds and also in the witch's hat. The book where you'll find the most confetti is in the witch's hair and face. Yeah, I'm obsessed. Okay, the next one is a piece of artwork that Valentina created not very long ago. I believe he created this for Mermaid. So it is a mermaid. And this is offered in two sizes. So we have a 50 by 70 centimeter and a 60 by 85 centimeter. Okay, so again, as with a lot of Valentina's artwork, lots of color blocking in the backgrounds. Doesn't really create a lot of backgrounds for the characters. His main focus is always the character itself. Okay, so I think this is the, let's see, I think this is the 50, wait, let's look at the original artwork. What the hell? Okay, hold on. Do we not have an original? Okay, there we go. I don't know why I'm not able to pull up. Hold on. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, look at the hair on this mermaid. It's just beautifully created. I mean, painted. I mean, I'm in awe of the hair, guys. So many different like variations of blue just in this character's hair alone. Okay, so looks like she has gills here. Love her piercing blue eyes. Again, Valentina's faces, second to none. It's like she's wearing a very elaborate necklace here as well. It's like maybe the skull of a octopus. Okay, let's take a look at the rendering. So there were two sizes. So let's see. I believe this is the 50 by 70. And then let's look at this one. This one is the, let's see if I can tell. Okay, I'm having issues. Okay, so all right, so the first one here, excuse me, is the 50 by 70. And the second one is the 60 by 85. So as you can imagine, lots of confetti in that hair, just due to the different shades of blue. Also, the gills here, lots of confetti. Just her face in general. You need that confetti for the details. So the character itself, lots of confetti overall, but that background is going to offer you a lot of breaks in the a lot of breaks from all that confetti. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next release. All right, this one is really, really cool. This one is Evil Queen. So it is Valentina's version of the Evil Queen from Snow White. This is a 50 by 70 centimeter canvas. Yeah. Such a cool interpretation of that character. Just look at that face, guys. Okay, let's look at the rendering. Yeah, fantastic. A lot more color blocking than I thought there would be in her face. Sections of color blocking here and the darker portions of her gown that she's wearing. And also in the background. Where you find the most confetti is in the jewels that are hanging down around her face here, in her crown, also in this large collar, and down here in this ornate design that's on her dress that she's wearing. Very, very cool and unique take on this character. Rendering looks fantastic as usual. Okay, this next one will be a must-have for me. I'm absolutely obsessed with the crow. Brandon Lee is the crow specifically. And this is Valentina's version of that character. So this is the crow, 50 by 75 centimeters. Okay, so here is his original artwork. I mean, come on, look at that face. Look at the details here in his hair. Love how this crow has an eye that's kind of like glowing. Yeah, absolutely awesome version of the crow. Okay, and here's the rendering. Heck yes. It is so good. So a decent amount of color blocking down here in the darker sections of his clothing that he's wearing. Of course, we have our white background, where you'll find all of the confetti is in his hair, which does not surprise me at all, due to the details that were in the original piece of artwork. Also a decent amount of confetti in his face. Yeah, so I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. This one is in my shopping cart at the moment. I love every single piece of artwork from all of these artists. But as you know, we're all extremely limited in funds and time, most of us. And sometimes you just have to choose your favorites. It's a hard choice to make, but unfortunately, we have to do it. So this is my favorite of Valentina's new releases this week. This one in the witch, from the witchcraft piece of artwork. Okay, we had one more new release, and I need to search for it. So give me a second. Here it is. Okay, we had one new release from Natasha Muir. Okay, and she uses a process. Down here it says this art piece was digitally hand drawn and textured using Adobe based products. So she is another one of our multimedia digital artists. This is available in two sizes. We have it in a 60 by 60 centimeter and a 70 by 70 centimeter. So this is Snow White's Journey. It received a lot of positive feedback in our Facebook group. This has been very popular. Okay, yeah, it's awesome. So here is her version of Snow White. She has elements from the original Disney film surrounding the main character here. So we have Seven Dwarfs, Prince Charming. Is it Prince Charming? Forgive me, guys. Is Prince Charming from Cinderella? I'm mixed up. Here we have the prince. We have apples down here. It's like a cart of jewels from the dwarves, and they're mining. Where they mine for jewels all day. Here we have the mirror, magic mirror, and then the evil queen, and her. Here she is taking the form of an old lady, trying to tempt Snow White with the apple. And here's the poison apple up here, hanging down from the tree. This is a really, really unique piece of artwork, guys. You will not find anything like this anywhere else. So here's the castle over here, and then the Seven Dwarfs cottage. Yeah, this is absolutely cool. Okay, let's take a look at the renderings. Let's see if I can figure out which is which. Okay, so that's the smaller size. So let's look at the larger size. Okay, so this is a 70 by 70. Decent amount of color blocking here in the trees that are kind of like forming a frame around the piece of artwork. Let's see. Mainly a confetti canvas though, because there are a lot of little details in the background, especially in all the characters. The jewels here, the magic mirror, the castle. The castle is a definitely confetti challenge. The cottage here, the seven dwarfs in the background. Snow White herself has a decent amount of color blocking in her hair and portions of her dress as well. But yeah, if you love Disney and you love Snow White, this will absolutely be worth it. It'll be so much fun to spend the time that it will take to work on and complete this. I just love diamond painting so much, guys. I know you do too. I just love kind of losing myself on a piece of artwork like this. It's just, it's the most fun, and it kind of like scratches that itch in the back of my head that, I really love focusing and on a task. And I always section off my canvases into like I said earlier, 5 by 5 inch sections, and I just love like concentrating on completing that section and then moving on to the next. That's why I love confetti. I love all the details that are involved completing with completing those types of diamond paintings. Okay, stop rambling now. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch these weekly new release videos. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's fun to be able to take a look at all of the new releases in detail, and I hope you feel the same. Let's go ahead and look at a recap. So we had that release from Natasha Muir. Let me go back to the latest releases here. Okay, so we had 5 new releases from Valentina and Ghirardi, 6 new releases from Nat Ewart, 4 incredible releases from Zach Dunn, 5 more incredible big-eyed cats from Michael Banks of Sugarfield Art, 5 new releases from Mrs. Peggotty Arts, 6 Fantasy Mermaids by Rebecca Sinz, and also the debut collection of from Ashley Was Framed. And there were 6 of those. Yeah, it was an absolute joy going through all of these with you guys this week. I'm so excited by all of the traditional artists that we have at P.A.M. Diamond Paintings right now. We are so very lucky that all of these artists are working with us to bring you their artwork as diamond paintings. And I really hope that you found something this week that you love enough to either purchase or add to your wish list. And I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. And I hope you will join me this time next week for another new release roundup video. Until then, everybody, happy diamond painting. Bye for now.